The Moon. Many of us look up to our planet's partner in the sky and wonder, what's it like up there? During the Apollo missions, 24 of humanity's best made the journey, and of that 24, 12 walked on the lunar surface. But for the rest of us, let's delve into and find out what is the Moon really like. The Moon is Earth's only natural satellite, and it averages just under 240,000 miles from us, which is roughly 30 Earths in length, and it averages around 93 million miles from the Sun. The Moon's atmosphere, which is technically an exosphere, the difference being in an exosphere the gases are spread out so thin they rarely collide, is mainly comprised of helium, neon, argon and hydrogen. There is however oxygen on the Moon, but it is trapped under a layer of rock and dust that covers the surface, known as the regolith. If the oxygen could be extracted, then in theory this could help support human life. On the 5th of November 2020, NASA released an article saying that they had confirmed the water molecule H2O in sunlit areas of the Moon, indicating that water is widely distributed across the lunar surface. As the Moon has an extremely thin atmosphere, no greenhouse effect can take place, meaning it is a bitterly cold place. Depending on whether or not you are on the side of the Moon facing the Sun or on the dark side, the temperature can range from a sweltering 127 degrees C to a freezing minus 173 degrees C. The surface of the Moon is a rocky place with highland and lowland areas, scattered with craters and secondary craters. This happens when matter would have separated from the main meteor and created splashes around the main crater. The largest of these craters is the South Pole Aitken crater, at around 1600 miles in diameter and 4 to 5 miles deep. This is the largest known impact crater in the solar system. The gravity on the Moon is considerably less than on Earth, and if you were to stand on the Moon, you would only experience roughly 17% the force of the gravity compared to Earth. The reason for this is the Moon has considerably less mass than Earth. Not only is the Moon smaller than Earth, but it also is only about 60% as dense, thus the gravitational attraction of the Moon is much less. There have been many manned and unmanned missions to the Moon, however the first to land on the Moon was Lunar 2, a Soviet space probe launched on September 12, 1959. In the end, however, it would be the Americans who won the space race, and after many previous missions, on July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 launched, carrying Commander Neil Armstrong, Command Module Pilot Michael Collins and Lunar Module Pilot Edward Aldrin, also known as Buzz Aldrin. They travelled through space for just over 4 days to reach the Moon, and on the 20th of July 1969, the Lunar Module at 8:17 p.m. touched down on the Moon's surface. Following Apollo 11, there would be a further 6 missions to the Moon, with all landing with the exception of Apollo 13, which had problems with their oxygen tanks on the way, and as a result had to terminate the mission and return to Earth. All astronauts would survive this ordeal, and it has gone down in history as one of the most successful failures in human spaceflight. The future missions to the Moon will be the Artemis program, which has already successfully seen Artemis 1 complete its task. This was an unmanned mission which sought to test the Orion spacecraft, especially its heat shield, in preparation for subsequent missions, and has marked the return of NASA to lunar exploration. The Moon is now firmly back in view of space agencies, who once again seek to explore the lunar surface and further our understanding of our only natural satellite. How long will it be until humans settle on the Moon? Comment down below and have your say. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, other places in the solar system have been covered if you want to check those out, and I will see you in the next one.